Hey guys, GEEK here. How you all doing and welcome to another video. In this one I want to share my theory as to what happened in Jotunheim and provide all the information I can remember and making assumptions to support it. Let's start at the beginning when we arrive in Jotunheim. If it's true that the carved faces are for each Jotun that fled Midgard, then there is definitely giants alive somewhere in Jotunheim. I counted over 100 faces, not including the statues inside the room. Once the mural is shown and we go to spread Faye's ashes, I believe there are between 30 to 40 dead giants. As far as we know, or at least in my opinion, because others may disagree, the last interaction with the giants is where Faye is arguing with them. Mimir also says, no man or god has been to Jotunheim ever since. Interesting way to say it, leaves room to suggest giants may have come and gone from time to time. If not all, then a good few should know of the secret rune, so it's very possible. If you look at the beginning of the mural, there are 3 giants with one who appears to be asking her to leave. Or maybe he was threatening her to come with them, or they may have to use force. Some might say it looks like he's asking her to join them. But then why 2 armed guards? Why are they in a stance that looks to me like they're trying to stop her from entering? And why is Faye holding her axe? In Tyr's vault, there is a tapestry with her on it, without her axe. So that proves that she doesn't need it wherever she goes. Let me ask the question. Who is strong enough to kill that many giants, potentially single-handed, besides Thor, Kratos, and maybe Jormungandr? Maybe she has a small band of supporters in Jotunheim. Here is a clip from a boat conversation between Kratos and Atreus in Alfheim.
Sindri said Mother was a warrior. Was she in a war too?
Of a sort. Her family was decimated by hostile rivals, and she alone survived. She walked the warrior's path, but her war was to live on, to brave an unforgiving world alone.
And that's why she has Sindri and Brock to make her the axe?
She had the strength to wield such a weapon, and the wisdom to use it for good. She found purpose in protecting the weak.
So, she'd help out the elves?
No.
As you can see, Atreus asked Kratos if Faye had been in a war too. Kratos explains that she was sort of. Her war was to live on, similar to how Bergelmir's revenge was to live on. But Kratos also says that her family was decimated by hostile rivals. That could mean any number of things, and was specifically said to make us think. It actually kind of annoys me that Atreus doesn't at least try to guess if it was Thor, because Kratos actually knew of Thor before this point, and that would be that. Or if it was an Aesir army, so it leaves it open to assume that the giants aren't as good as they make out. I also think Faye would use their deaths to her advantage, because if we come up against Odin and Thor, we will tell them giants are dead, which would hopefully stop Odin's obsession with going there, and gives him the false impression he's going to win the battle at Ragnarok and survive too. While listening to the Sundering of Jotunheim from the Lost Pages, it was mentioned that during peace talks with Odin, there were 6 thrones, and for each throne there are 6 kings. Nothing is to say they were all on good terms. All it takes is one with ambition towards a certain goal, as they most likely don't agree with the current regime. Then they may look to take over, which could be the best or worst for all. Not that I'm saying she wants to be queen of the giants, but I think you can see what I mean. In this case, it very well could be Faye's side who were the ambitious ones, because again, in the Sundering of Jotunheim, the giants involved who spoke to Tyr seemed to be resigned to their fate, and was happy to accept it. Faye, and potentially any on her side, chose a different path. At Ragnarok, no matter what I've read, no giants survive it. Either it's the end for all, or Balder comes back, Magni, Modi and the other Aesir, and Njord of the Vanir survived to more or less rule the new world. Maybe with a heavy heart she killed those giants because they were trying to stop her plan. She may or not have liked them, but they were still giants, and there are not many left. Maybe her plan is to save whatever is left of all the races, especially her own, or at the very least change Ragnarok in such a way to stop the Aesir from ruling the new world. If I'm right, a question I could ask is, would you not do the same thing in Faye's shoes? Kill the few to save the many? Anyway, that's it for this one. I hope I detailed my reasons well enough. I believe I gave it a lot of thought. I would greatly appreciate if you would subscribe to watch my future content, like and share, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.